The arbitration chamber hummed with anticipation as representatives from 17 civilizations watched the viewing screen. Anna, Reeves, and Lewis. Chen stood in the center of a biodome designed to replicate a hostile wilderness world, precisely the kind of environment the Galactic Coalition deemed uninhabitable without advanced technology. The rules are simple, proclaimed Adjudicator Vexthor, its crystalline form refracting the chamber's pale light. 2 human specimens will survive in this environment for 10 solar rotations. No tools, no technology, no external assistance. If they succeed, humanity's petition for coalition membership advances to the next stage. Lewis glanced at Anna, catching the slight smirk on her face. They both knew what was coming. No tools, Anna repeated slowly. Just to clarify, we can't bring tools in with us? Correct, Vexthor confirmed, its voice resonating with satisfaction. You enter with nothing but the biological forms you were born with. Understood, Lewis said, cracking his knuckles. The Zephrani delegate, a floating gas form entity, rippled with what might have been amusement. Curious how the humans believe they can compete. Their species evolved on a paradise world. Moderate climate, abundant water, edible vegetation everywhere. They know nothing of true survival. The Krath observer, resembling an armored crustacean, clicked its mandibles in agreement. My ancestors conquered the sulfur storms of Krath Prime using our natural armor plating and acid resistance. What advantages do humans possess? Weak hide, blunt teeth, no venom, no claws. The biodome's atmosphere shifted as Anna and Lewis were transported inside. Dense forests surrounded them, the air heavy with moisture. Strange calls echoed through alien trees. Hour 1. Lewis knelt beside a rocky outcrop while Anna surveyed their surroundings. He selected 2 stones carefully, one flat and broad, the other smaller with a pointed edge. The coalition observers leaned closer to their viewing screens. What is the human doing? Asked the Krath. He's striking rocks together? Vexthor's confusion was evident. Anna, meanwhile, had identified several fibrous plants. She stripped long strands from their stalks, then sat cross-legged and began twisting them together with practiced efficiency. Her fingers moved in a complex pattern, braiding and knotting. The female is playing with plants, the Zephrani observed dismissively. Lewis struck the stones together repeatedly, each impact calculated and precise. Flakes of rock scattered around him. The observers watched in silence as the smaller stone's edge gradually changed shape, becoming sharper, more refined. After 40 minutes, he held up his creation, a crude but functional cutting tool. Impossible, breathed the Krath. He created an implement from rocks. That's tool use. Vexthor's form flashed with agitation. Tool use is prohibited. No, Anna called out as if she could hear them. She couldn't, but she knew the objection would come. You said we couldn't bring tools. You never said we couldn't make them. That's what humans do. Hour 5. The observers watched in growing unease as the humans transformed their environment. Lewis had fashioned multiple stone tools, cutters, scrapers, a hand axe. Anna had created nearly 20 meters of sturdy rope from plant fibers. Together, they'd constructed a basic shelter using branches, leaves, and Anna's cordage. This is unprecedented, muttered a delegate from the Harmonious Collective. Most species would still be searching for water sources. Most species, Anna said, using Lewis's stone blade to sharpen a wooden stake, evolved with specializations, armor, venom, speed. Humans evolved with something better, adaptability and problem-solving. Lewis had started a fire using friction and dried plant material. The Zephrani delegate actually recoiled from the viewing screen. They've harnessed combustion in less than 1 rotation. Day 3. Anna finished constructing a fish trap from woven plant material and placed it in a nearby stream. Lewis had upgraded their arsenal, 6 wooden spears with fire-hardened tips, a primitive bow, and arrows with stone points. They'd identified edible plants by testing small amounts and waiting for adverse reactions, a process the coalition medics found alarmingly reckless but undeniably effective. The humans are thriving, Vexthor admitted, its crystalline structure dimming, not merely surviving, thriving. The Krath observer clicked nervously. My species required environmental suits to survive on worlds like this. The humans arrived naked and within 3 rotations have shelter, fire, weapons, and food sources. How? Because, Lewis said, roasting fish over the fire. Humans didn't evolve to survive one environment. We evolved to survive any environment. Our ancestors walked out of Africa with nothing and colonized every biome on Earth. Deserts, tundra, jungles, mountains. We didn't have thick fur or sharp claws. We had brains and hands, Anna added, and stubbornness. Can't forget stubbornness. Day 7. The humans had created a small compound. Their shelter was weatherproof and elevated off the ground. They'd established food storage, a water purification system using sand and charcoal, and even primitive pottery firing in their hearth. Lewis had invented an atlatl, a spear thrower, that tripled their hunting range. The coalition delegates sat in stunned silence. They've achieved what our ancestors needed millennia to accomplish, whispered the harmonious collective representative. In 7 rotations, Vexthor's form had dimmed to barely a glow. The trial was designed to be impossible. For you, maybe, Anna said, weaving another basket. Humans have been doing this for 300,000 years. Stone tools? Fire? Rope? That's literally our species' resume. We're the apex toolmakers of Earth, and Earth tried everything to kill us, ice ages, predators, droughts, you name it. We survived it all with rocks and sticks and stubbornness. Day 10. When the extraction field activated, Anna and Lewis stood amid their thriving camp, looking healthier than when they'd entered. They'd even made clothing from plant fibers and animal hides. Vexthor addressed the chamber, its voice subdued. The humans have exceeded all parameters. The trial is complete. Lewis shouldered his handcrafted spear. You said no tools. But humans don't need tools. We make tools. That's what we are. You can drop us anywhere with nothing and we'll figure it out. That's not a survival skill. That's human nature, Anna grinned. So about that coalition membership? The Krath delegate clicked slowly. Perhaps we should reconsider what uninhabitable means. If humans can colonize such a world with no preparation, then we can colonize anywhere. Anna finished. Welcome to humanity. We don't adapt to the environment. We make the environment adapt to us. The chamber fell, silent as 17 civilizations contemplated the implications of accepting a species that could create civilization from raw stone and determination. Alone, Vexthor's form flickered. Motion to advance humanity's petition. All in favor? The vote was unanimous.